Like and subscribe right now, or else this will be in your bed tonight. r/AskReddit by Planet Reddit. What's legal today but will likely be illegal in 50 years? Leaving trash in orbit. Edit. There are new mandatory protocols in several countries, including the US. It's against UN guidelines as well, but those are legally non-binding among its members. I saw something online about the FBI 3D printing a criminal's fingerprints to get into their locked phone. I imagine that is going to cause a lot of problems. Yet another reason to use your dong to unlock your phone. Fingerprints were never a good primary authenticator. We leave them everywhere and they are pretty easy to copy. They do make for a reasonably good, and of course very convenient, second or third factor. In the case of a cell phone, they work because you need to both have access to the phone and B, have access to the fingerprint. For most threat scenarios, that's not something an attacker would be able to do. In other words, it protects you from your coworker grabbing your phone when you forget it on your desk during lunch, and it probably protects you from a mugger or pickpocket getting hold of your phone. But it doesn't necessarily protect you from the police or any determined attacker who can gain physical access for an extended amount of time. For a lot of people, that's perfectly adequate. For those people where this isn't good enough, they can simply turn off the fingerprint sensor. There will be a lot of 3D printing restrictions. There already is some. Printing your own distributing 3D printed or files to 3D print Warhammer figurines is illegal. I mean, if you do it and keep it at your home, how will they ever find out? So you're fine. But the website you downloaded the model from is in trouble. Edit. Source. Wired.com link. Edit 2. I did not say that illegal means it'll stop anyone from doing it. People upload content that is not theirs to YouTube every day, and the fact that they are not allowed to do it doesn't stop them. Warhammer 40k is the only product with its price in the name. God damn it, Warhammer. Just let me play the ducking game without blowing hundreds of dollars on the figurines. Hundreds of dollars. Ducking castle. Tanning beds. Illegal in Australia already. Like asking for ice in Canada. They're already illegal for anyone under 18 to use in my country. Edit. My country is the UK. Crossing the border between England and Scotland without a visa. Is MasterCard okay? Dad, I told you to stay away from the computer. Hopefully targeting old people with those Microsoft telemarketing scams. Hopefully. But the old people in 50 years will be us. Hopefully we'll know better. That said, there probably be some new form of technology that we can't even postulate yet, and that we will be just as hopeless with as the old people of today are with computers. I'm 60 and not much of a dumbass. If you're not foolhardy now, you don't magically become foolhardy with the passage of time. There are plenty of young morons who will become old morons. There aren't a lot of stories about old people being blackmailed by cam horses. Those are young people who think it's perfectly okay to whip it out on camera to someone they've never seen before. Bad judgment knows no age, it just takes age-adjusted scams for the target audience. In 50 years we'll probably be dealing with AR, robots, etc. all day, which is very different from your standard desktop or smartphone environment, so we might be left behind still. People born in the 1960 to 1970s might not have grown up with PCs, but they sure came in contact with PCs in their youth. Yet, they're not us with them. A similar thing will happen with us. We'll get them Google Glass-like stuff and robots by our 30-40s, and we'll be yelling, I don't want to upgrade to Windows 10 still. No, I don't think so. Windows will just upgrade itself apparently. Gas stations selling K2, bath salts, etc. It's a game of whack-a-mole. They ban one chemical, and the companies have 100s of new ones lined up. Those are not going anywhere unfortunately until drug laws are overhauled. The British government believes it has found a solution. Behold, the Psychoactive Substances Act 2016, which outlaws anything not regulated by other laws that can get you high except food. So maybe nutmeg is still okay. Didn't a Tory MP come out and publicly say he used poppers during debates on it? Talos worship. We are but maggots, writhing in the filth of our own corruption. While you have ascended from the dung of mortality, and now walk among the stars. Talos is the true god of man. WHO is both man and divine. Whilst reading this I swear I heard a quiet "do you get to the cloud districts often?" passing by. Technically it already exists. The FAA required you to register any UAS over 250 grams. Edit. It is in fact 250 grams or 0.55 pounds. For reference, that is approximately the weight of 2 sticks of butter, as the FAA so helpfully pointed out. I registered my 2 sticks of butter with the FAA. That's a lot of trouble to see butterfly. I seen a peanut stand. Heard a rubber band, I seen a needle that winked its eye, but I be done seen bout everything when I see butterfly. Corporations harvesting mass data on you without your explicit consent. Hopefully, but I doubt it. The consent will be in the licensing agreement, and people won't read them then, either. Okay, let's go for something a bit less depressing. One describing internet speed as unlimited when it has a fair use cap. 2 predatory free-to-play game mechanics. 3 abusing YouTube's copyright system. Edit. Seems I've touched a few nerves. Edit. For number 1, I meant calling data unlimited. I won't edit the error directly, as that will make a few threads seem pointless. If there are still data caps in 2066, we've failed as a society. If Comcast is still around in 2066, I'm joining the Amish. In 2066, Comcast is the only corporation left. This really sounds like the first sentence of a movie trailer. Torturing and destroying a robot. Everyone on r/Overwatch knows what's coming. I immediately thought of the clip from the Soldier 76 trailer where those thugs are beating up an Omnic. Omnic writes, "Fire. This. I love robots and I'll never attempt on their existence. I'm no threat to robots." Join our community Discord, link in description. Performing general maintenance on your own stuff. It's already happening with cars and software. It can be against the terms of service to perform maintenance on some things. It's worth researching ease of maintenance before purchasing a new car. Whenever my Fianca's headlight goes out, I have to remove the entire bumper and headlight assembly. It's pretty simple since I've done it before, but it was a real what the ducker the first time around. Edit. She actually drives a Suzuki Kizushi, a surprisingly nice little sedan. The only real issue is the headlight, which seems to go out about once a year. Fortunately, it always seems to go out within the 12-month warranty, so it hasn't really cost anything outside the purchase of the initial replacement bulb. It's actually become a bit of a Christmas tradition her dad and I have, based on everyone's responses. Though, it seems like most manufacturers have shifted to this system. Someone at my last company replaced the headlight unit in his BMW 6 Series. The headlight had the wrong good, and so the onboard computer refused to recognize it. However, when BMW shipped another one, it refused to start because the wrong good one had tripped some safety system. He ended up having a BMW engineer fly out from Germany to reflash his car's firmware. That bill was probably around $2,500 if it was out of warranty. Source. Guy 2 cubes over exploded when he got the bill for a similar problem and loudly swore off buying a BMW ever again. 2 years later he is gearing up to buy his wife another used BMW. Used was probably the smart move this time. The older ones don't do that shit. Old one with low miles and maintain it religiously. Catfishing. Just out of curiosity, say you're designing a bill to stop catfishing. How do you define the terms of what it is, what you can and can't do under the new law, and what would you set the punishment at? It's definitely a tricky area. I think to completely stop all catfishing would require so many draconian laws and constitutional infringements that it just isn't possible. As such, harm reduction should be the goal of any new legislation. With this as the strategy, I think the first place to start would be banning the sale and possession of all stink baits, as well as the more odoriferous chums and other attractants. This reduces overall catfishing, while also eliminating one of the most offensive aspects of this practice. This policy, along with an additional tax on natural light beer, would be a smart place to start. My browser history. I'm pretty sure it's already illegal. You should probably take a seat over there. Ignoring a Vogan who is reciting poetry. It's currently just very rude. Personally, I'd rather jump out of an airlock. Well, it's only the third worst poetry in the universe. At least the worst was destroyed when the Earth was demolished for the hyperspace bypass. After reading the comments for this post, I don't want to be alive in 50 years if any of these are made illegal. Everyone seems to have a pretty bleak view of the future. I guess the question set up like that though. I feel like the answers would be different if you asked what's lame today but will be ducking awesome in 50 years. Our parents. Edit. I thought popping my gold cherry would make me an adult. All I feel is dirty. Please no. My dad is 67. And I don't think anyone can handle him for another 50 years. Killing bees maybe? I don't know how they'd enforce it, but it sounds like a good idea. Love bees. Personally, I think a lot of animals should get more legal protection. Beating your dog to death is a misdemeanor. It varies by state. The FBI considers it a class of felony. Unsafely removing a USB. Come out of the computer lab with your hands up. We have you surrounded. You'll never take me alive. Start downloading a gun. Only seed for the gun is in Russia, uploading at 5 kilobits per second. But guns coded in Russian are reliable, as American guns will be SOD. Not recycling. There are only so many precious materials, yet we mine extract them like they will last 1,000 generations. We have the foresight of a fruit fly. Awesome. Prisons using solitary confinement. Nice try, Sorsby. Ducking complaining about literacy again. That's a shot. 6 hours in solitary for you. The Sorsby zone. Not vaccinating your ducking kids. Not paying for WinRAR. Alternatively, 7-zip will be banned. Wasting water. Edit. Water conflict is a thing, folks, and has been for centuries. And here I am in the land of 10,000 lakes running it until it's cold. Yep, we got so many lakes we just stopped counting at 10,000. Those extra 45000 are like the reserve tank. This will be after the Great World War. Isn't that the story of Mad Max? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for 3 videos a day.